Our next award is the Distinguished American. Ladies and gentlemen, this gentleman will be introduced by Mr. Rocky Arsenault.
Thank you. About 5 years ago, I had the honor and the pleasure to introduce this guy for the National Football Hall of Fame, and I thought it was the highlight of my career. But I got to tell you, this is pretty special with being from New Orleans and him being from New Orleans. So I'd like to give everybody with the National Football Foundation a round of applause. We're both glad to be here. I also want to thank you guys for putting my name in front of my seat. I'm so used to and accustomed to be known as Marshall Faulk's agent, not Rocky Arsenault. So I'm starting to realize how much of a pleasure and an honor that is to be recognized by Marshall Faulk's agent, and appreciative of that. And even if Archie was to tell me Peyton wanted to become a client, I still want you guys to refer to me as Marshall Faulk's agent. Back in 1994, Marshall was set to go into the draft, and one of the unfortunate situations to be in by being such a good college football player is that you go to a lower class team who has a higher draft choice. And I remember he was selected second overall in that draft by the Indianapolis Colts, and we were sitting down entertaining offers from shoe companies. And this quick story is going to tell you the type of commitment and dedication Marshall has to his roots. And we were sitting down and we had some very significant offers from shoe companies, and he said, hey, before we talk about anything that's coming to me, I want to make sure Carver High School is taken care of. And I'll never forget, you know, we had language in his contract, and months later, a semi-truck pulled up at Carver High School with 300 pairs of Nike shoes and new uniforms for Carver High School. And also, to take it a little bit further, just to tell you a little bit more about him, he's always dedicated to looking at, and he's not a selfish person. And I watched Marshall mature into a very good football player with the Indianapolis Colts. And after his 4th year, I think they had broken a record for being the losingest team in the last 5 years in the NFL. I think Archie was part of that. Peyton was a rookie there. And after the game, I talked to Marshall. I said, I think it's about time I get you out of here. I want to see you experience some success in your career. And the next day, I had a meeting with the general manager, and I came home and I told Marshall, I said, hey, I have permission to get you traded. And I expected him to be excited about it, and his face was down, and I asked him, I said, you don't seem happy, and he said, you don't get it. He said, I've sweat with these guys, I've bled with these guys, we're going to be good one day. Peyton is going to be a good quarterback, I want to win with these guys. Well, the rest is history. He was traded to St. Louis, and they won a Super Bowl the next year, but he was right in his assessment with Indianapolis. They also went to the playoffs the following year. So just to give you some insight on what type of person he is, I'm glad and honored to be back in New Orleans, but he is a very special guy, and he's very deserving of this award, and I want to introduce Marshall Faulk to you guys.
First, I won't be long, just so you know. I want to thank the National Football Foundation and the Allstate Sugar Bowl for recognizing me for this award. I've received a lot of awards, but whenever you're recognized at home as a person, not just for what you did on the football field, but off the football field, it's something that you relish, and I know that I do, because it shows your roots. It says a lot about where you came from, not just where you are at and what you accomplished. So I'm honored to be here today. I'm honored to be here with each and every one of you. And I think the thing that's special for me is these young men, these scholar athletes that sit before you, they have no idea what is out there for them in this world. And as adults, parents, we know. Sometimes it can be hard, sometimes it can be challenging, but for the most part, you live it, and you hope to live it long, and you hope to live it happy, and you hope that as you live this life, in this life, you get to accomplish and do the things that you want to. Some of you, you may get a chance to play in the NFL. You may get a chance to coach in the NFL. You may get a chance to work around the NFL. Who knows? We do not know what you are going to be and what you are going to do. But I hope that whatever you decide to do, whether it's in sports or not, that you give it your all, that you commit, that you do all the things that you want to do, and in hopes, whatever you decide to do, when you're done, you leave it a better place, you give more than you take, and that you give back, because giving back is everything. Remember where you're sitting right now and how you feel. There's going to be some young men that sit in seats. You might be addressing a crowd just like this. And always be thankful for the things that are done for you to get you here today. Your parents, their sacrifice. From NAR football all the way up to high school, if they follow you through college, if they come to your college games, the things that they're going to do for you, the things that they are going to put up with, accepting your mistakes if you decide to become a professional athlete, because the name on the back of your jersey, it represents them just as well as you represent them and how you were raised. Respect your teammates. Have love for them. Because I tell you, the game of football, it has been special for me. I consider it the greatest game in the world. Think about it. In basketball, LeBron James, one guy can affect the game. He can take a basketball, dribble it up and down the court, bam, dunk it. He affects the game. Doesn't need a pass, doesn't need anything. In baseball, Anthony Rizzo can step up to the plate, hit a home run, affect the game by himself. Serena Williams can go out in tennis. Sergio Garcia in golf. But in football, you need 10 other teammates. I don't care how great you are, you need those 10 other people to help you accomplish the goal. Whatever that goal may be, if it's winning one game or being the best team to ever play. So I consider it the greatest game because you have to rely on those other 10 guys. And those other 10 guys, they have to believe in you. Understand, every quarterback, when he drops back to throw a pass, he's not just worried about the guy who's going to catch the ball. He's worried about the guy that's going to hit him in the back or hit him in the front. But you have to trust that your teammates, that they're going to do their job. So I hope that you trust in your family, you trust in your coaches, and you trust in the opportunities that are going to be given to you. And as you go on in life, challenge yourself. Don't be afraid to be great. Chase your dreams. Because the only dumb dream is the dream that's not chased. Live your lives. Enjoy your lives. Thank you for having me. It's a pleasure. It's always great to come home. And boy, this is special. Thank you.